Welcome back, lords and ladies, to Rimworld Medieval with me, Cornish-Knight. In the last episode, we got the Southern Curtain Wall finished. We had a trade caravan sent out to collect supplies, which was fantastic. Mostly wood, to be honest. But it was our first trade caravan and probably our only trade caravan of the year. And from then on, we are just cooking with butter as well. Cooking with oil, as they say, or fat, as they say. I've got a couple of dromedaries that we picked up. I'm tempted. Yeah, we've got to have to turn this back on, are we? Okay. No, I'm going to butcher the dromedaries. For food, we'll crank this up to critical so the animals have some food. These guys shouldn't starve. There's grass and stuff about for them. And if push comes to shove, I'll just kill them and eat them as well. I'm not bothering to plant this patch this year. Just the wheat is not going to be an issue for me. Okay. He's got his abilities. Accuse, begin leader's speech, blah blah blah. Okay. Whole bunch of stuff we could do. We've got stuff planted in here, which is fine. I do have trees that need to be chopped. We need to get wood in. We have a whole bunch of things that need to get done this year before the year is out. We cleared out a lot of empty space. I am also really tempted to be, if we're being fair, to go orders, bills, burn apparel, and we'll say any quality, any hit points. Actually, I'll say if it's below 60 hit points, and we'll say if it's bio-coded because no one buys that stuff anyway. Say it has to be tainted. We'll just say all armors, just all gear, and we'll say do forever. So we basically burn anything that's tainted. Because they got stuff on there that we need to get out and all this kind of jazz. So we need to get all this wood chopped up. Get all this wood cut and harvested and put away. I swear, someone... It's just like... I know some people are really frustrated with the slave mechanic in Rimworld at the moment, because basically it's a lot of... You have to have a lot of supervision. Because it degrades really rapidly. And normally the way that they sort of do it is like, oh, you have to have these like skulls on spikes and all this kind of stuff. It's like, yeah, no, historically you didn't really have to do that. That's just you making it so it's a bit of a less beneficial system. I mean, the thing is, yeah, I'm not gonna get. It's one of those things where it's like, it feels that they're artificially restricting something. I know why they're doing it, because otherwise if they make something too powerful in the game, everyone will basically abuse it. It's the same thing with kill boxes, which is why they've attempted historically to make kill boxes a less viable, defensive method by having sappers and all these kind of things. And it's the same with this, which is like, I can understand why they would want to put limitations on things like having a lot of pawns in your settlement which are slaves, because slaves you can basically not have the same amount of upkeep with them, because it's just easier to get them to join your colony, as a slave than it is to try and recruit them, especially from a faction they don't like, that doesn't like you. It's more to do. No, actually, I should rephrase that. It's not to do with the fact that it's easier to get them in. To a certain extent, it is, but it's more to do with the fact that with ideology switched on, if you have someone in your colony that's not of your ideology and that's an issue, it's little baby mega sloth. Fantastic. Good supply of food there. But yeah, basically, it's the old adage of with ideology turned on, having non-ideology members in your settlement is actually pretty bad for your morale. And so you have the slave mechanic, which basically doesn't really... It takes that out of the equation. Unfortunately, that would be too powerful, so they put limits in, like the suppressing mechanic, which burns down very quickly. So you normally have to have a dedicated colony member suppressing everyone. Which is not an issue at all. But it is a problem, because in some ways it just takes up another slot. It's like how a lot of people have said in the past. You either have a dedicated cook, so he's cooking all the time, or you have just nutrient paste. Personally, I was never a fan of the nutrient paste strategy, because it's like, oh, you can give enough benefits and boosts and other things to counteract the negatives that eating nutrient paste brings. But for me, it was always felt like a real sort of meta thing, which is like, oh, I can just feed my population, my colonists, nutrient paste, which takes like no effort to make, and it's really hard to give them food poisoning, and in return I'll just make lots of lovely stuff for them. And it's like, yeah, no mate, that's not how people work. If you fed everybody like green goo for the rest of existence, you would have massive problems. And that's a thing, which is that I'd had hoped with the ideology that they would sort of nerf a degree of those exploits. Stuff like the nutrient paste exploit. They have to a certain extent, which is nice. Look, just... What does it mean he's unsuppressed? He's not unsuppressed. This is the thing, it's like, oh, like... Yeah, we'll do it periodically. Well, no one seems to do it. This is the thing, which is that... I wish you... One of the bugbears I have with Rimworld is I hate turning on the manual priorities, because it's such a tedious thing to have switched on. I'd rather the AI automatically go like, okay, this thing when activated should normally take precedent, because it's normally something that pops up a lot. Yeah, look. Where is he? Just sleep. I mean, to be honest, I'm really tempted just to say, okay, don't do that, don't do that. Don't even have crafting turned on. Just do jailer, warden, handling, and a couple of research things, and we'll just leave you like that. So we have all risks of slave uprising go out the window. Alright, fall is here, so we don't actually have a ton of time before our growing season ends. Yeah, we've got 4 more days to get a bit of a harvest in. We got some food, not a ton. We got flour. We got meat. Butchering the donkeys. Fortunately, onions grow rapidly, so we can get some harvested and all this kind of jazz. Right. That stuff is getting done. Harvest all. Bring all the wood in. We want to have a nice big fat selection of wood during winter months. Okay. A drought at this time of year is actually pretty bad. More pristine ruins. Tempting, but what I want is I want the colony to become stabilized enough that I can actually send people out to do stuff like this again, which would be really cool. At the moment, I can't afford it because if we lose anyone here, we are basically done. Like if we lose too many more people, we don't have the manpower to recover anymore. Okay. So now we do have enough ceramic. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start making a gatehouse for us. Nothing major, but enough that we can get a bit more structure in place. So actually, that's probably not where we want it to be done. This whole area here is really easily exploitable as a defensive location. How much brick do we have? Not a ton, so I don't want to spend tons of this stuff. Something like this. And we start putting a gatehouse in place. Get all that stuff turned on. Get wood brought in, everything brought in. So now we have a nice chunk of wood. Is that all full up? Okay. Means that we'll probably need to take some stuff out. Okie dokie. But everything is... I'm not going to jinx it. I suddenly realised I was about to say something that could have jinxed it. But yeah, see, we're building up a basic defence. Get a bit of a gatehouse set up. I might build a copy of this in here. And then copy the settings. Actually, that's a long way to go. That's a long way to go just to burn garbage. Put it here instead. Copy settings, expand zone. Paste settings. Right. Okay, John, I know you're having a lovely time, son, getting baked or whatever it is you're doing. But I really need up here basically suppressing people, mate. Oh, you're hauling wood. Okay. Add that to that order. Delete that. That can stay burning for now. You're just standing there. Why are you just standing there? You bots the construction process. You have failed me. Right. Okay, so getting clay bricks made. Another 20 clay bricks. Have a basic gatehouse set up, which means that the enemy have to come through a couple of doors to get to us. Have one door open, they come in and we basically shoot them from either side. Here is the same thing, which will have basically they'll have to funnel in and we'll fight them in this enclosed space. Even if it has to be melee, having them in a narrower space is better for us defensively to defend from. We can bring our limited numbers to bear on a smaller defensible gatehouse and hold them there. Okay. Do I want to sell some of these mega sloths? I probably need to get their wool in as well at some point. Man. Burn apparel. Let's go from the up. Let's just say burn everything. Burn all the tainted clothes. Okay, so the bear is hunting one of our mega sloths for food. Okay, so it's going to hunt one of our mega sloths. That's okay. At the end of the day, I don't care. Like, yeah, I killed one of our mega sloths. Who cares? That thing's going to be dead. We finished defensive buildings. That is the key thing, though. Because with that, we can have a look at air holes, airlock. That's fine to keeping air and stuff in. Where's defenses? Security. So if we go down to research, we've got basic security stuff is... Wait, what? So it's been so long since we actually had a piece of tech finished. What did we get for defensive buildings? Oh yeah. Actually, this stuff is quite good. It's here. It's steel caltrops, barricades, bear trap spikes, that kind of thing. These are actually really nice things. Explosive pots, though we don't actually have the complex machinery yet to launch them, I don't think. Nope. No, we do not. But yeah, these caltrops are nice, because what we can do is that we can rig up our basically our gatehouses and have them in it. So when the enemy come down, they come down through a wall of them, and they'll get ripped to shreds. It's good and it's effective. Yeah, so that person's dead. Oh no, like baby sloth is dead. We'll eat the bear when the bear dies. my normal suggestion for people is like, how do you make the enemy go where you want to go? Really simple way of doing it is, it doesn't always work. Now, not with sappers. I will say this, with the changes they made to the sapper AI, it makes it a lot harder to goad the AI to go where you want it to go, because they'll just basically punch holes through things. Instead, what you sort of want to do is plan for the most part what you want. Well, so you want to plan for the most part. I'm just trying to phrase this properly. Because what you used to do is you used to put double doors and everything, and the AI used to prioritize taking the path of least resistance. Now with the sappers, they don't tend to do that as much. Now we have horses up here. Do we want to try and tame some of these horses? Male horse, female horse, oh, mare, and the stallion. Man, a lot of these. We'll tame a couple of them. Horses are, in general, better than donkeys. Let's see. Carrying capacity, yes, 120. So they're better than donkeys. So we could actually start phasing out our donkeys if we wanted to. Wood's doing okay. Food's doing okay. Bringing in the cabbages. Get that cabbage action. Yeah, I'm going to just deconstruct that because it's just taking up space. Haven't got time for it. Okay. Let's go storage and have a bit of overflow. Takes a little bit of our precious wood, but it will be fine. Get the cabbages stored away. Right. Yeah, raw clay bricks. It will take us time. We've got travellers coming through. Okay. Inspired. Yeah, pumpkins rotten. That's something we do have to be worried about, though. It's like, it's just like the food that we have for winter don't have a lot of raw food. We have flour. We can't use flour for anything. So I'm pretty sure if I check in the simple meals, like vegetables, raw fruits, yeah, stuff like flour isn't on here. I don't think it's in the advanced stuff either. So if we put down, say, hearty stew, yeah. I mean, add bill. Is it in here? Raw vegetables. Nope. No, it's not. So yeah, like the issue we have is we have lots of flour, but we can't do anything with it, and it is slightly worrisome because we are not got a ton of supplies. I might actually have to go out on another food convoy and get some food. And we have a lot of meat. And once temperature hits low enough, our jerk supply should be okay for a little bit. I don't want to hunt. We may have to butcher some animals. Let me guess. Flour. White flour used in baking. Yeah, we needed, like, it was, you'd use it for bread and stuff, but... I mean, if push comes to stuff, we'll just slaughter all of the donkeys. Because we only need a couple of breeding pairs. We'll just turn off our stuff, kill all the donkeys and harvest food. I mean, there are animals still out in the world that we could hunt. But it's just a faff. Hopefully some of these onions and stuff. I may just, unfortunately, have to take another caravan, with a load of goods and just sort of head out and take care of business. Or we can... No, there's some alpacas down here. Didn't want to have to do this. Like, what gear is he using? Steel crossbow boats. I don't think we can make those yet. Bodkin arrows. No, we can't make those yet. Do we have a trade spot? Yeah, we have a crafting spot here. Can we make steel crossbow boats? No. Okay. What ammo are you running with? Greater stone arrows he's running with, so we could actually send John out to do a bit of hunting. Jonah. We could send Jonah out. What's Brandon running with? Greater stone arrows, yeah. So you two can do hunting if you wish. And we'll basically say hunt... Well... Hunt some of these alpacas. Bit of extra food in the kitty for winter. Alright, cooking stews. Okay. Yeah, so that stuff is deteriorating. We can't get rid of her. Like, I have no way. Like, just please leave. Because the thing is, if we kill her, if I'm pretty sure, yeah. If we kill her, what group is he with? Hadrilia. Is that really who he's with? That's her religion. From William. Here we go, Adridia. Yeah, they're neutral to us. Oh, Outlander Refugee Group. Euthanize. Don't care. I mean, he takes up resources, he takes up a bed. Forgive us. And be gone. Okay. One less mouth to feed. I know it's not nice, but at the end of the day, it's just something else that we don't have to worry about. Yeah, loss of skills and all that jazz. Yeah, we can actually make hearty food, but it takes so much resources. Okay. Can we carry that in yet? Yeah. Prioritize hauling the mega sloth wool. We could probably turn it into something or sell it. Wait, who's fighting who? Are you... Really? 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 No, like... I'm sorry, I know I don't like doing this, and I said I wouldn't do it, but this thing is so infuriating for me. It's one of the things that I hate about this game, which is that I don't mind people dying. Like, you've seen me, like, I've got people with jaws ripped off, and I've lost, like, half my colony. But these bugs, I wish you could just have a zone. I wish you could just have a zone that said, oh yeah, like, don't go into the zone no matter what. Because you can't, and it's annoying. I mean, like... what time is it? Because the thing is, this is really bad. I don't mind losing a colonist in an attack, or an event, or something like that, or from disease, or anything like this. But this kind of thing, when it's just that the pathing is so... When the pathing is so frustrating, it's like, I sent them out in hunting, so they wandered into a cave full of insects and got ripped to bits. Not because they didn't have any other choice, but because the pathing of the game says, oh yeah, fine. And it's just... Where is he? Is he... Because this is one of the... Like, this is why I turn off hunting. Because, like, if I hunt stuff, they'll run down here. So no, let's just cancel hunting. I know this is cheating. I know people are going to say, oh, you're not playing by the rules of... You're not playing by the rules of Rimworld, like, you're cheating. But it's just so frustrating when you try your best to get something done. Yeah? It's like this guy here. I don't want to have anyone going anywhere near these bugs. But there's no way I can stop them. At all. The only thing I can do is say, hunt the things up here, because they're less likely to run towards the bugs. I know it seems like I'm trying to cop out, but it's not, because I can't keep an eye on everything all the time. There's just not enough time in the day. So having to find that a colony has just wandered down into this area where I have nothing that I can do about it, because you can't say... What I wish is, I wish you had a zone. Yeah, because you can see here, you have a zone that says, like, label area is an area where only prisoners can work. I wish you had an area that was basically... have an area designated where people don't wander into it. So the AI just automatically paths around it, because at the moment, this is so annoying. Because, as I said, I don't mind losing colonists to attacks, to illness, to mad boomalopes, to mad boomalope attacks. I don't mind any of that. What I do mind is I mind when the AI, and I know people say, oh, but it's the aspect of Rimworld. It's like it's stupid. It makes the game unnaturally hard for you to play because it just makes it impossible sometimes. Like I've got a colony situation where if I lose even one person because of an issue, it's game over. Like he is one of my best guys that I've got left. So if I lose him, it's game over and we might as well just throw in the campaign. But I don't mind losing him to an attack or environmental problems or a fire or anything like this. I dislike losing him just because the pathing is stupid. I mean, if I could have like some kind, like I could have like a laser optic guided weapon that I could like buy. You can buy them, and I could smite this place from orbit, or just throw a mini nuke inside it and bomb it, and just get just like. There's only 2 of them. I'm actually really tempted just to get everyone together, go down there and kill them in the winter. Mad Stallion. A local stallion has gone mad and attacks anyone it will see. Man, something's glitching badly. What is it? Something is really suddenly affecting the game. Yes, something's making the game really jittery. Is it because I loaded while recording? That might be it. Okay, so that guy's out of the picture. That one's dead in 7 hours. All I hope is he doesn't blow up and take all my ammunition with me. Okay, that seems to have fixed the bug. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was something with the boomalopes. Okay, he's about to burn up. Well, he's about to explode and burn up. But no, like I said, like it's. Come on, just die when I haven't got anyone close to you, please. Okay. There we go. I do actually need to get people out there to deal with that. Because that critical fire will actually get out of control. Yeah, that guy's sleeping it off. Stallion is still angry and roaming about. Okay, no, you're running for it. Try and lure into the trap. That's not going to work either. Okay. Everyone to arms. We've got a mad stallion. It's chasing us down. You know what would be really nice? If if you actually attacked stuff, because you know you're training. Does anyone have training? Yes. Johan. Get your sword out if you have to. Let's just... There we go. Beat the horse to death. I take it was one of the ones we were trying to tame and it went rogue. Okay, attack animal, yeah. No, it wasn't. It's just one of the horses. Okay, that's not too bad. But yeah. Like, I'm sorry guys if you're annoyed that I reloaded that bit, but it's just... I hate that part of Rimworld so much. Like, I love Rimworld itself, I think it's a fantastic game, but there are just elements of it that want me to pull my hair out when your colonist just for no... Like, who in their right mind wanders into a cave full of insects? Like, these things are dangerous. I'm going to wander into it because I killed an animal and it's gone in there. But I don't know. Like, I know it's supposed to be one of the nuances of the game, that you're supposed to keep an eye on everything, but it's like, I've got enough to do as it is without a random colonist chasing a llama into a bug-infested cave and getting annihilated. Right, I'm Cornish-Knight. This has been Rimworld Medieval Far From Home. If you've liked, please press the like button. If you were subscribed, please press the subscription button. You can follow me on Twitter, you can follow me on Steam, or leave me a comment in the comment section and I shall reply back. If you want to play the mod list, it's in the description below, and I see you all again next time. Goodbye!